What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Shiv here. Alright, so we got 3 new cards to preview. Yay. Alright, so I'm just going to hop right into it. Starting off with the Warlock, spelled Doom. Yeah, somewhere there's going to be a reference to that little destructive robot, but alright. Okay, so what do I think of this card? This card's absolutely trash, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. When I saw this card, first thought that popped in my mind was kind of a snarky one. It's like, right, because Twisting Nether doesn't already exist, and right, because Warlocks didn't already have enough card draw. So yeah, I'm not overly a huge fan of this. I mean, it's 10 mana. I see so many potentials for overdraw in it. I mean, I really tried to find value in this card. I tried going down the Reno approach, and I was like, yeah, but Twisting Nether's better. It's like, yeah, but this is better. So I kept coming up to the same issues over and over and over again. And, even for a combo lock that used Reno, I was like, yeah, I guess that could kind of be good, because it pretty much pulls in that fatal combo, and if they don't have, the right thing to counter it, then GG, you win. And it's just, it didn't feel very good, guys. I mean, outside of it probably going to have a really cool animation, I'm not a huge fan of this card. I really am not. Alright, moving on to another card. N'Zoth's Tentacle! It's a neutral, it's a 1 mana 1/1, and it's common, so pretty much everybody's gonna get them when they open their first 3 packs. I can almost guarantee it. Alright, so N'Zoth's Tentacle. Death Rattle, deal 1 damage to all minions. Okay, so Unstable Ghoul's going out of mix, so automatically this feels like a patron must-have inclusion. The cool thing about that is now turn 7, you can go patron this Whirlwind, get 4 patrons on the board. And who doesn't love 4 patrons? Alright? So yeah, I do like this. I think this has some really cool potential. And yeah. Now, one of the other weird things I've seen pop up on like Reddit and in a couple chats was about maybe they're actually going to release like N'Zoth based on a piecemeal system, kind of like almost like build Exodia, so to speak. But the only way that could work if that was the case is it would have to build out of the graveyard. Now, Blizzard has made some contradictory statements about graveyard mechanics throughout its history in Hearthstone, so I wouldn't put them past them to have at least considered the idea, but I don't know. I mean, I think like the closest analog that we can have reference to would maybe be Fugan Stalag combination into Thaddeus. That would be probably like the closest way of looking at it. And that is something that they've done before, and it was used, so it is very, very possible. It also would mean that you could pull off something like this in, say, a Reno deck, which would be really fucking cool as well. It would also give Reno deck something to play on, 1, 2, 3, wherever, however they cost these cards, and still have an old god available to them. So yeah, I kind of like that, if that's the case, but again, I'm not sure that's where they're going to go with this, but hey, it could be cool if they did. But definitely this is like a patron inclusion, like 100%. Alright, and the last card we have is the Shaman Legendary Halaziel the Ascended. Hala! Alright. 5 mana for a 4/6. Whenever your spells deal damage, restore that much health to your hero. Okay. Now, I've seen people make commentary about this card. It's like, oh man, yeah, because, Face Shaman, that's all they needed was healing. And yeah, no, you don't race a Face Shaman. You lose every time. So where you're really going to see this card shine is going to be in a more mid-range and even possibly a control deck. And the reason I say that is because of Shaman AoE. Alright? Pure and simple. Oh, you're ahead on the board? Well, Shaman's got Lightning Storm. Okay, so turn 8 play of this plus Lightning Storm could heal back a lot of stuff and reduce your board size. Very true. But, you want something a little bit more impactful. Something that's basically going to say, screw you, Zoo, for getting that overly punishing opening hand that I couldn't do anything about. Alright, cool. So, here you go. Halazeal. This is turn 8 play, by the way. Halazeal to Elemental Destruction. Right, because your zoo board just went to shit outside of the Sea Giant. And, oh yeah, you just healed your opponent just cried a river while you restored all the life back to your face. Now, Elemental Destruction does 4 to 5, which means it takes out Azure Drakes, which means it takes out Dark Iron Dwarfs. It takes out Gadgetzan Auctioneers. It takes out a lot of stuff like that. It also has the potential of taking out Sen'jin. It has the potential of taking out anything with 5 life. And the way Shamans work with their Spell Power totems, plus, Blood Mage Thanos, or Kobold Geomancer, or insert anything that gives Spell Power here. Yeah, you can crank that up a bit and actually take on bigger minions and so on. The downside is that it also affects your board, which this could also be a Bane or a Boom, depending on how you want to look at that, which means you can get always a significant amount of heal based off your totems, which, let's be honest, if you're playing a mid-shaman, you're probably going to have a lot of totems on your board. So, yeah, that's definitely something there. And it's got enough life that it can survive this sort of ordeal, long as it's not a spell power totem or any spell power in play. It can still survive it with having a 4-2 to a 4-1 body, somewhere in that range. So, yeah, that is kind of interesting, and it's definitely kind of cool. I actually like how this card is. It kind of gives me hope that we might see some sort of interesting mid-range shaman come back into play. They play a good curve game, and they might fall behind a little bit because the tools just really aren't all there for a good mid-range shaman at present, in comparison to some of the other decks. But so they start falling behind. They can instantly recover with this plus Elemental Destruction. Yeah, I like that. That does give me some really good positive feel about Shaman going forward, which, if anybody of you have ever watched me streaming, my general opinion of Shaman is pretty fucking low, considering that it's become like the go-to scumbag deck. So, yeah. But anyway, so that's all for this preview. Let me know what you guys thoughts of these cards are down in the comments section. And, hey, if you like these videos, please like, subscribe, help support the channel. Till next time, this is Shiv saying, stay safe, have fun, may RNGesus bless you, and if not, free Cthulhu. Peace.